Hi, Sally. My name is Erin. I'm from Fangirlish. It's nice to see you and meet you.
Nice to meet
First of all,
you.
you look fierce. Like I love the outfit combo, especially against the purple background. Like it's amazing.
Thank you. I needed that more than you know. Thank you.
Oh, I always love to tell people like especially because like you can see your brightness and with the show you can see the brightness of your mind, which honestly I don't know how to put this. Like I've told everybody this that I've interviewed, but this show sounds like my virtual worst nightmare. Like revisiting past loves, having to like talk to them and get their opinions on me, yeah, not having to deal with them anymore. Not that I want them dead, but like not having to deal with them anymore. Okay. So can you talk a little bit about like how you came up with a show? What made you bring in this kind of like, I mean, it's a dark twist, but it seems like it's going to be great.
Yeah, so this is based on an Australian format. That this the when we first heard this premise, it felt like exactly like a fresh, unique spin on the rom-com that we've seen before.
Mhm.
It's interesting that you say that because not Nanachka Khan, who's my co showrunner in this, she once told someone the premise of the show, and it's this girl looking for love, and all of her exes are dying, and she was like, "Oh, that sounds amazing. That sounds like a dream." So it's interesting that people have different takes, but yeah, having to go back and confront all that in any form definitely feels like a nightmare too. I think a lot of us. I think when we first heard it, we were so intrigued by the idea of telling a rom-com, telling a story about looking for love and trying to find the right person and wondering like, is there something wrong with me? Like, why can't I do this? And then also having this dark kind of backdrop of death to kind of punctuate. We all have to look at the wreckage of our past. We all have to look at where am I coming from in order to move forward? So we love the metaphor of like having to look at her actual body count in order to be able to move forward with her present love life.
I honestly, as somebody who's recently gone through a breakup, like it sounds like my worst nightmare, but it also sounds like a great show to watch for somebody who's going through that because you get to question it, but you're also like, oh, maybe it's not me, maybe it's them.
That's
Like,
a great point. No one's brought that up, and we haven't really thought about it that way. I think it would be a cathartic watch, and also just to see like it doesn't matter. Like I was this person with in this relationship, but then I was this 6 months later, and just to be able to look at like your whole history and just like the highs and lows of it, and just see that there's ebbs and flows of everything, and where
mhm.
I end up is really it's a product of all those things that came before it.
Yeah, and speaking to Stephanie and Michael and everybody today, like they've actually sold me on watching it, like binging it and watching it to like get through that, and they all
Right.
have that really great perspective of it, which I like absolutely. I'm excited for, but I'm also excited because there's so many great guest stars. Like I was reading your list of guest stars. Which one were you more, how did all these people come to be? Because like it's such a great list.
It's incredible, and we got so lucky. And from the beginning, it was like we just put up day one of the writers' room. We put up a wish list of all the people we wanted to work with, and we got a lot of those people. Crazily enough, I think when we assembled our main cast, especially with Stephanie leading everything, she just people want to work with her. So she was able to draw in other actors that we wanted to work with. And then once we had our main cast, which was already so impressive, I think getting the guest cast, which we knew like this show was such a good casting opportunity to have kind of fun guest stars come in, not even so much as cameos, but just be able to come in and do a part that maybe isn't the biggest thing, but is going to be fun. Like, it's going to be fun. And John Early, I think for me, day one was like he's my number one on every list I put together. So when we made, I mean, I had to lie down after we first met with him. After we first, I had to like everyone made fun that I had to like take to my couch because I was not okay because I love him so much. But we get him, and then you get Kate Berlant, and we got Chloe Fineman and Simu. I mean, we got just so many incredible actors to come and help us out.
I love that you had to lay down because it shows that you don't ever take anything for granted. Like, that this is your baby and you put your heart and soul into it, which convinces me even more that like this is amazing. Like this is going to be amazing. Last question, without any context to the episode, what was your favorite episode to film?
Ooh, without any context. Okay. We did them all in one giant chunk, so it's hard to kind of I would say the pilot was the most exciting personally for me. I love that script. We lived with that script for so long. I mean, we really that was a piece of material. We had to change like pop culture references because they became outdated. We
Oh,
started
wow.
this in 2020. So yeah, I think just seeing that finally become something and we're actually putting it up on its feet and we have these incredible actors doing it. I mean, it's really, you hear it all the time. People are like, how did I get so lucky? But it really did feel like this is very gratifying, very fulfilling.
Well, I honestly, this is my plans tonight to binge watch it, to be very honest with you. It's my plans to binge watch it. And because of how I've talked to you guys and how much passion it comes from all your actors and from you, like I can't wait to review it and really put myself into it.
Oh,
So
great.
thank you so much for creating something that I feel like I've never seen. Like, and, and I'm very excited to watch.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course, you have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.